Welcome back, everyone, to the next video in our series using the career mode in NASCAR Heat Evolution. So we're here preparing ourselves and sort of getting ourselves ready for NASCAR Heat 2, which will be released on September 12th. So not that far away, and I'm pretty excited about that. I've had a lot of fun with this game, done several videos on it, setup videos, gameplay videos, and the like. Now we're turning to the career mode to get us prepared for NASCAR Heat 2. So we are now 6 races into our first season of our career, and our last race was by far our best race. Qualified second, our first attempt at qualifying, qualified second on the front row, and came home third. It was a very wild race. Parts of it, we just had AI issues. I mean, I did not run a good race at all. There were really none of the laps that I was satisfied with. I was very out of sync. That's on me. I'm going to try to do better in the future, but it's hard to complain a whole lot about finishing third, even though part of it was a demolition derby. So another thing I want to address with the previous video at Martinsville is the tremendous amount of stuttering that was in that video. Normally, and that kind of stuff drives me absolutely nuts. And I was extremely close to not releasing the footage at all. I've done that in the past where I've recorded gameplay footage and there were specific issues, whatever they might have been. It's generally been with stuttering. And I decided not to release it because I just can't stand for that. I'm not going to claim that I make the best videos and I have the best production quality or anything like that. But stuttering is something I just cannot handle. I just cannot make myself accept that it needs to be there. And I know there was a ton of it in that video. So I do want to apologize. So the question is, why did I go ahead and release it since I was so unhappy with that footage? Well, it's because we finished third. Had we finished 20th or 30th or, somewhere like that, I probably would not have released it. I would have simply moved on to this video and gave you guys a recap of, hey, we had some issues. Here's where we finished, and we would have moved on. But I decided to release it because of our great finish, by far and away the best finish we've had so far in our first 6 races. And also, there's something else that's going to change in this video. I have made some adjustments. I have started using a new recording software. We're going to hope that that solves the issues. I've done quite a bit of testing today, doing videos just as if I were recording them to be released, recording my voice along with the gameplay, all that kind of stuff. And so far, it has held up to the stress. Now, I've worked through some issues with the sound, it not recording properly or muffled or whatever the case may be. And I think I've got those worked out. But so far, no stuttering. So fingers crossed that that works out and that we can move on past all of that stuttering nonsense and move on into crisp gameplay and get some good quality videos going forward. So with that in mind, also remember that I've had to start from scratch on the volume of a microphone versus the volume of the gameplay footage, all that sort of thing. So if you notice any issues, please let me know in the comment section whether you think the microphone, maybe it's way too loud. I think I've got it about where it needs to be, but hey, if you see any issues, let me know and we'll work on it going forward. So for now, let's talk a little bit about where we are for Texas. I'm excited about Texas for a couple of reasons. Number one, the winner's purse here seems to be higher than I remember it being in the past. Now, granted, we're not going to be competing for the winner's purse, but that should mean that the entire purse of the event has increased, which is good for us because we need more money to unlock more items for our team. So far, we are 3 into the 5 in our first column. We are ready for stamping equipment next, which will require $50,000. We are at 22.6K, so not quite halfway there. So within the next couple of races, we should have the stamping equipment unlocked, which will give us an airflow improvement. After that, we're going to go into the CAD software. And so within 4-5 races, we should have the first column done. And also the next thing I want to try is to do some more qualifying sessions. Now, Martinsville made sense for me to qualify at because of some things I mentioned in the intro to the last video. One of the things I talked about was Martinsville doesn't really require all that much horsepower. In fact, if you're down a little bit on horsepower, that can actually help you to keep you from spinning the tires as much coming off the corners. So we'll see about Texas. I'm going to qualify again here. We'll see what kind of time I can put up and where that puts us in the field. The worry I have about qualifying, because I enjoy qualifying, I enjoy starting wherever we can start in the field, and that getting better as we move along and improve the car. The problem that I have gotten into in the past is if I qualify anywhere around midfield, which I feel like we're probably going to do here, if we qualify midfield, it just becomes a big mess, and I end up getting wrecked a lot of times simply because there's too many AI in too little of a place. Now, that also seems to be happening at the back of the field as well, which is why I'm on board with giving this a shot to qualify. But again, we'll see how it goes with the different tracks as to whether or not I do it at all the tracks. But I'm really excited about doing it at Texas, because if we were able to get a top 10 at Atlanta, then what could we possibly do here at Texas? So without any further ado, let's head to the racetrack.
The race is going green. There's the green flag.
All right, here we go, folks. We qualified 16th, so not too bad. And I need these guys to really get going here.
Stay high. Still there. Car low.
Woo, car's a little bit skatey.
Car low.
All right, now we can run this track wide open. That's going to be one thing to keep in mind. I will have no reason to really lift, although for some reason I lost it going into that corner, but we'll see how it goes. So we're falling back a little bit. This is kind of what I was afraid of. The AI always does this at the beginning of the race. Something in the gearing, but something I simply haven't taken any time to really work on yet. We'll see where things shake out. We've got plenty of laps. We've got 23 laps here to get everything done that we need to get done.
All clear.
So right now I'm running essentially the third groove.
Stay high. Still there.
Trying to give everybody plenty of room. I know Ricky Stenhouse was really looking up underneath me there before now. He looks like he's falling back a little bit. All right, so now we are in 18th position, so just a couple of spots off of where we qualify. Let's see if we can make up any room here. I feel like based on our qualifying time, we looked pretty good. We weren't that far. We were maybe a 10th or so off of the top 10, but the top 5 to 6, maybe 7 cars were a good bit faster than us, so no doubt about that. They were something along half a second to, oh boy, he slowed down quite a bit there. Half a second to 6/10 of a second faster, so we got no shot at those guys, but we pretty much already knew that. All right, looks like we've put quite a bit of distance between us and the rest of the field, so we're in good shape there. All right, we're on lap 5 of 23. Woo, hello. Really tight there. I was not feeling that in practice, so that's interesting. Granted, I only ran about 2 practice laps, so I basically ran just a couple of laps just to make sure the car felt pretty good. Is Martin Truex going to come up here and block us? It looked like he was going to, but you can see we're running pretty much the same speed as several cars in front of us, so if we can put in some good laps here, we might be able to move up a few spots. But overall, I think this is about where we are on speed. All right, can we get around Paul Menard here? That would be great. Are they going to give us some room? I mean, this is some great racing. I mean, this is so far so good. I mean, nobody's done anything. Oh, wow. Hey, if you want to, Paul Menard, you can just use the brakes going into the corner when there's absolutely no need for it. All right, so we got by one car. Not the way I wanted to get by him. Sometimes these guys do weird things, like slowing down way more than they need to going through the corners. So we moved him out of the way. Now we are up to 17th and looking for more. I'm going to stay up here in this higher groove. I need to move down a little bit though if we're going to get by these guys, but I know passing them low is going to be very difficult for me. All right, let's see. Is he going to let me get down here? Yeah, he's going to give me a little room. Woo! Really loose coming off the corner there. That's what I was worried about, getting underneath another car.
You're all clear.
All right, so we made that pass. Not sure I want to go below too many more cars though.
That was a great lap.
All right, the 21 is right back on our bumper here. All right, he's backed off a little bit there, giving us a little bit of room. All right, so lap 10 of 23, so almost coming to halfway. Ooh, can we take this 3 wide? We are not going to have the speed to get there. I mean, I'm lifting ever so slightly on corner entry. You can probably hear it. Not a whole lot. Maybe 3/4 throttle. But I'm trying to drive it down in here pretty good.
Still there.
See if I can get on the outside of them. If I can get on the outside of them, maybe I can pin them down off the corner and make the pass. But yeah, Truex has just got too much speed for me.
Still there.
But overall, I'd have to say the car's handling pretty good. It's tight, for sure, but I can't complain a whole lot about the handling. All right, let's see if I can't get right down next to him
Still there.
and make him give us a little room. Yeah, we can get there through the corner, but I can't maintain it.
Stay high. Still there.
Can't quite maintain it, making it extremely difficult to make any passes. But that's part of what I was looking for in this career mode. You know, we're running 16th, which is definitely not where I want to be for sure, but we're running amongst cars that are running the same speed as us. We're able to actually race with them. The AI is doing a pretty good job of giving me room. I'm trying to give them room, except for Paul Menard, who slowed down way more than I was expecting, so I got into the back end of him.
Still there.
But I mean, this is good racing. This is what you would like to see out of the AI in any racing game. Just that they give you enough room to race with them. All right, 2x2 here. Might be able to get by on the inside of Kurt Busch, maybe. Yeah, this is really close, really good racing here. All right, can I get to the inside? Yes, I can. We're even actually going to be able to get to the inside of Truex as well. All right, I like it. Not sure what caused him to slow down right there, but I'll take it. All right, now can we maintain it? All right, so got underneath.
Still there.
Ooh, drifting up the track a little too much there.
All clear. Car high. Clear high.
All right, that's going to let Kenseth get a run on us. Can we maintain?
All clear.
All right, so far so good. Now we're going to set our sights on Stewart. This is some really good racing. Oh, he left the door open for us. Can I seal it off? Let's see if I can keep it down here. Give him plenty of room. All right, no, he was able to fight back on the outside. They're entering these corners.
Stay low.
Let's give him a little bit of a love tap there. No, he didn't give us any room. I don't blame him.
Car high.
All right, we don't want to lose too much momentum, or that right there will happen to us. The 20 gets back by us, but he's going to give us some room on corner entry.
All clear.
All right, we're better than Stewart, but not by much. All right, we are going to try to really push the issue here, come up right on his bumper. We're coming to what, 5 to go? 6 to go. All right, let's try the high side here for a moment. Nah, we just don't have enough outright speed to go high. Yeah, I just can't get a run on him going high, so I'm going to have to stick to the inside if I'm going to have any shot. Truex is putting a lot of pressure on me here from behind. All right, let's see if we can get a good run here off the corner and maybe get to the inside. Nope, he's going to block the inside on me. Ooh, he slowed down quite a bit there. Quite a bit more than I was expecting. All right, a very good fight here. We're running 13th, and I'm actually really happy right now with the racing. That's what it's all about. Ooh, is he going to give us room? We're going to try to make room.
Stay low. Still there.
Can we get there and stay there?
Still there.
I did not feel like we got a good run, and yeah, he's going to... Is he going to give us room, though, in the corner entry? If he does, we got him. All right. Ooh, he is hanging. Oh, hello. He got into our right rear there. And that was not fun. All right, so we managed to keep going. I thought we were a goner there, but thankfully everything worked out, with the exception of the fact that we are now running 3 spots behind where we were. You can see everybody running nose to tail. That's what happens when you're running close quarter racing. He got into me just enough in that right rear. It turned me to the right, and we're really lucky, quite frankly, that we're able to keep going in the same direction. So all that hard work passing these guys to get up to 13th is gone in a heartbeat. I feel like if I had made the car turn a little bit better on entry, I think I would have them. I mean, we've sort of got what we got, as Kyle Larson is really putting a lot of pressure on me here. But we got what we got as far as the engine goes and all that. Nothing we're going to be able to do there. They've got us down the straightaway for sure. Way too high there. We try to bring it back down the track before Larson gets inside of me.
That's worth a few points.
All right, so we'll bring it home 16th. Not quite as much as I was hoping for, but we'll take it. We'll take it. We could have come home. Our best finish would have been, 12th if we could have got by Tony Stewart, or 13th if we would just been able to maintain where we were. Didn't work out, but we're going to take 16th. Let's see what that gets us as far as cash. How close we get to our next upgrade. All right, so our 16th place finish, wow, gets us $15,700 roughly. Another $5,000 from a primary sponsor and $3,500 from secondary sponsor. So overall, $24,000. Very nice take home. So again, I don't believe this will quite put us where we need to be. All right, let's see. That drops us down to, we're now 14th, but you can see the points are starting to spread out a little bit. We're within shouting distance for sure of 13th. We'll see beyond that. We may need to win a race to have any shot at getting into the chase. But I am overall very happy with the results here. And Bristol is coming up next. Oh boy, that's going to be interesting. All right, so great news. We picked up some new secondary sponsors. There we go. That's what I like to hear. So what do we have there? Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Let's see. Anything? Oh, wow. A top 20 we could get 7 grand. Yikes. That is pretty nice. So how do I do that? I see that it says secondary 1 and secondary 2. That is very interesting. Okay, I have to look into that some more and see, because surely we can change that, because I don't want secondary 2 to be $1,750 if I can help it. All right, but I do like the fact that a top 20 gets a 7 grand. Now that is huge. All right, so looking good on the money. Let's take a look at where we are. Here we've got, we have just enough. I didn't think we were going to have quite enough, but we do. So we have a little over 50,000 in the bank. Good news for us is we need exactly 50,000 for the stamping equipment. Let's go ahead and purchase that. All right, so now that's going to get us the additional airflow improvement. Now we look at the CAD software at 75,000, which is going to get us some horsepower improvement. I am very pleased with that, especially with the fact that we were able to upgrade our equipment. Looking very good. The standings, you can see where things are starting to shake out. We're in the mid-teens is where we're looking there. I mean, we have, if we scroll down a little bit, 16th you can see is a good bit behind us, and 12th is a good bit ahead of us, realistically speaking. So we're starting to slot in here in the 13th to 15th range, which is nothing to sneeze at. I am pretty happy as far as that goes. And our car continues to get better, so all things are pointing in the right direction. Thank you very much for joining me, and stay tuned next time where we will be racing at Bristol in career mode, NASCAR Heat Evolution.